Good morning, Stampers, and thank you for joining me today. This is Laura Buechler of Inky Fingers Papercrafting, your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Nanaimo, BC. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a center step card. This is a great way to show off all our gorgeous designer series paper, and at the same time, you don't need to use a lot of paper to make a huge impact on your card. This is one I made recently for a swap using the Follow Your Art suite, and today I'm going to make it with the Magnolia Lane suite. So you can see that cool design. So you will need a card base that measures 8.5 by 5.5 inches, and then a few pieces of our designer series paper. You're going to need one piece that is 5.25 inches by 3/4 of an inch, and then two pieces that are 3 inches by 3/4 of an inch. Then you're going to need cardstock frames for each of those pieces. So one piece that is 5 3/8 of an inch by 7/8 of an inch, and two pieces that are 3 1/8 inch by 7/8 of an inch. Finally, you're going to need white cardstock for the front of your card, and that's going to measure 3 by 3.25 inches, and then a cardstock frame for that, which is 3 3/8 inches by 3 1/8 inch. That's a lot of tongue twisters, all of those. You'll also need a white piece for the inside of your card, and I cut this to 3.25 by 3.5 inches. And if I show you on this card again, you can see it's kind of a different size. You can't use a full-size card insert on this design because you have these score lines and cut lines that run into it. So I found that this size works really well. Now, to get these cool score lines and cut lines on your card base, you're going to need a cutting and trimming tool. So I'm going to use my trimmer, and I'll show you how to do this. So along the long side of your cardstock, you're going to use this 1 inch measurement that is past your cutting gutter. Line up the cardstock there, and you're going to find the 5 inch measurement and the 9.25 inch measurement, and you're going to cut between those two measurements. So put your blade down at 5 inches and cut down to 9.25 and then lift. All right, and now you're going to flip that cardstock over and do the same on the other side. So line it up at the 1 inch mark, put your blade down at 5 inches and cut down to 9.25 inches. So now you've got those two cut lines. You can see that those are going to make the side pieces. Now you need to do some scoring. So starting with the part of your card that has the cut lines over towards the left side of your trimmer, you're going to line this up at 1 inch. So we're using this 1 inch measurement here, and we're just going to score from the edge to the cut line, and then again from the second cut line to the edge, with that cardstock lined up at 1 inch. So score and then lift up, and score again here on the side. So you can see that those score lines, it doesn't go all the way across the card, it just goes from the edge to the cut line, and then again from the cut line to the edge. And we're going to do the same 2 more times. So lining up at 2 inches now, and scoring from the edge to the cut line, and again from the cut line to the edge. So now we've got 2 score lines here and 2 here. And then one more time, we're going to line it up at 5.25 inches, and one more time from the edge of the card to the cut line, and from the cut line to the edge. So now we've got all those score lines there. The final score line that we're going to do is between the two cut lines. So we're not going to do on the edges, we're just going to do in between the two cut lines, and that's going to line up at 4 1/4 inches. So I've got that lined up here. And I'm just going to go in between my two cut lines, and that's what it looks like. Next step is that we're going to attach all of these DSP pieces to the cardstock frames. For the front panel of your card, notice that this piece is not exactly a square. It is a little bit wider than it is tall. So when you're figuring out what sentiment and design you want to stamp on this piece, make sure you pay attention to that and you don't end up with something that's going to be sideways. So I'm using 2 different stamp sets for this. I'm going to use the Good Morning Magnolia stamp set. I'm just going to use this pretty little flower bud here. And I'm also using a sentiment from the Piece of Cake stamp set. I'm going to use this one that says, "May your love grow sweeter with every passing year," because I'm going to turn this into a wedding card. And because I know I'm going to do a little bit of coloring on my Magnolia, I'm going to use my Memento Black ink because that will not bleed when I color it. All right, so that looks really good. May your love grow sweeter with every passing year. And now I'm going to add some coloring with my blends. I've got the Old Olive pear and the Petal Pink pear. I love these blends. I'll just say a couple things about them. Each one has a thinner end and a thicker end, and you can buy them in pairs, so you'll get a light and a dark, and they blend really well together, as you can see. I don't know a lot about coloring techniques, and I find that the blends just make it look amazing no matter what I do, so I love that. And if you want to know more about them, drop me a comment. I'm thinking of doing a video just about blends and different things that you can do with them, so let me know if that's something you're interested in. Anyway, now that I've got this colored in, I'm going to assemble my card. Now that we've got all these pieces added, now we're ready to get out our bone folders and burnish these folds. So what we're going to do first is pinch this right down at the bottom and have that flap, those 2 flaps on the side kind of moving backwards. And then I'm going to move this one at the top. And give those a crease. So you can see on the side here how this is kind of doing a zigzag. And that's our finished card from the front. And then the final thing to do is just to add this white insert inside your card. And that's going to go right in between your 2 side panels there. So again, if you wanted to stamp a sentiment on there, just make sure you pay attention that it is wider than it is tall. And there's your finished card using the beautiful Magnolia Lane Designer Series paper. Let me show you this paper because it is so gorgeous, and you only got to see one little bit of it. So there's the piece that I used, and there's the reverse side. Isn't this paper stunning? I'm going to be using it a lot. I just love these colors. Every pack of Designer Series paper, you get 12 pieces, and they're always beautifully coordinated, and they're always double-sided with patterns that again coordinate, so you really can't go wrong. And you can see, if you look at these two pieces together, all I use to make this card is this one strip that is 7/8 of an inch wide. So if that's all I used this paper for, I could make a heck of a lot of cards with this design with that paper, but you know I'm going to come up with other things to do with it too. Anyway, there it is. There's our center step card. I hope you like it. Drop me a comment below and let me know what you think. Let me know which one you like better and which you'd like to see more of. And if there's something specific that you'd like to learn about, please drop me a line and let me know. Remember that you can purchase all the products shown on my website, inkyfingers.ca, and you'll also find more project tutorials, current promotional details and catalogs, the local workshop schedule, and the sign up for my monthly email newsletter. If you happen to be watching this on YouTube, I want to let you know that I have a Facebook page under Inky Fingers Papercrafting, and there you can join a weekly card sketch challenge and win a prize from me. Yes, even if you're not local, I will mail it to you. It's very mailable. If you do place an order, please use the current Hostess code, which you can find on my website, because everyone who uses that code is going to get a free gift from me. And if you'd like to earn your own Hostess rewards, all you need to do is place an order of over $200 or contact me and we can start planning your own virtual or in-home party. Drop me a line for more details. Our last Hostess got over $200 in free rewards, so that sounds like a pretty awesome deal to me. Have a great day, everyone, and happy stampin'. Bye.